Oh man, I really like this song. Especially the Billy Ray Cyrus version. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to episode 16 of Daywave. Just kidding. AfterNoonWave Live. What's good, guys? So we got a lot to talk about. For those of you who weren't around yesterday, we obviously had Crazy itself on our program, and it wants to go and die in a no-go zone in Sweden. Yes. Little lunchbox, after being challenged on the ideas that Sweden has no-go zones, decided that it's a great idea to go into the no-go zones. But I do want to pull something up on screen for you guys real quick, and we'll talk about it really fast. It's in relation to that. Little lunchbox posted this on her Facebook. Dear men living in Sweden, I need a strong, buff man, or just someone who looks like one, to accompany me to one of the Sweden's no-go zones. A lot of right-wingers, mostly Americans, don't believe that you can travel through those areas without being assaulted. Well, I don't believe that's true myself. I'd like to see for myself. I'd ask Robin, but I don't feel like dealing with his bitching and whining, so anyone that is interested in coming with me, please DM me. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks. Okay. Now, the argument yesterday was that she couldn't walk through one. She would be assaulted or, craped. She'd get craped. I don't think craped works. It's supposed to be claped. She'd be claped, okay? Clown raped. You get what I mean? And so I think this proves my point, that she knows she can't go through that zone herself. Therefore, she's asking someone who's buff or strong to join her in the no-go zone. Thankfully, we here at AfterNoonWave do not want her to go into one of those zones, because we do not want to see headlines like breaking news at 11. Clown walks through Swedish no-go zone and found dead and bloodied. More coming soon, honk honk. But no, I don't want to see her die. I don't want to see her die. I don't think any of us want to see her die. Can we send Jovi Val to escort her? Please. Okay. I have an idea. Because, hopefully it would, maybe it would end with only one person getting assaulted in Minecraft. Maybe we crowdfund Jovi a ticket to Sweden to escort her. Okay? We get Jovi Val to escort her, and the one person we just don't like ends up getting, owned. You feel? Can you guys put it together? Who am I talking about? That's right. I'm talking about our favorite white person, Jovi Val. Daniel. She is black. Her mom is black, so I would assume so, yes. That's face paint. I bet her mom loves big black clocks. Definitely true. She grew up in South Central, guys. She's hood. Even though she lived in a nice area of South Central, she even said yesterday. And she was bussed into a different school. Jovi has... Yes. Okay. I don't know if we could get that to legally be allowed with the GoFundMe for the simple fact that it might be an issue. Yeah, South Central Beverly Hills. Exactly. The face paints need... Okay, yes. Okay, Lunchbox, you want to bring back, and talk about clown oppression, and you're a woman and living in Sweden. I think maybe you should start using, as KJ suggested, period blood as your face paint. It's all the rage with progressive women these days. Go ahead and use that to, paint yourself. I know you can only do it for a few days a month, but, wonder if she's ever had her face clerked off on. Dude, that's going to make it... Oh, dude, she's a Kligga, guys. She's a real Kligga. South Central of the cul-de-sac. Jesus Christ. What is this woman fucking thinking? I'm dead serious. She's got to be insane. All you guys over on D Live, if you're just joining, thanks for jumping in. We do a morning show over here. And apparently a 4-hour gaming stream at night. That's right. Kligger, what? Yeah, she's trying to bring the hood back to the Mighty Ducks era. Yeah, no shit. 5150 is correct. Breaking news at 11. Kligger dies in Swedish no-go zone. Why? Please don't do it. As much as I want you to live stream you walking through a no-go zone, acting... You think she would act goofy? You think she would clown it up? Huh? Or do you think she would be like super serious and quiet and not trying to be any kind of offensive? Would she cover her clace? Since it's part of their culture. The chat's fucking great, dude. That's why so she's Colado? No, she is. Both her parents are black, but,
Now you're banned. And it's a ban. You're banned. Well, now you're banned.
There we go. Adjusted that. Now we got notifications for... Thank you, Dust Breather, for the lemons. For the D Live on here, we're getting crazy, set up over here with all this shit going on. That's my jam. I love the band song. Has she seen Temple? I told her to watch, and someone posted the link of her to watch Temple walk through the no-go zone. I guarantee you, even if she's like, I'm a Swedish resident, and I'm walking to my house, the cops would pick her ass up, put her in their car, and drive her there. This at 11. Clown gets clapped and cluttered in South Asian no-go zone in Sweden. Holy shit, Frozen. Oh, man. She's Clafrican, guys. Just... What kind of clack is she? No, she's... Okay, you can't use it with that word. That word is brack, okay? It's always going to be brack. It's always. In normal world, we never even think about clowns. In clown world, it seems we're talking about literal clowns. Yes. And yes, smoker's cough, Daniel. Gross. At least I don't talk like this. Hey. But yeah, that really hurts to do. But no, hopefully she doesn't do it. Jesus Christ, guys. You guys. Thanks for covering my typo. What was your typo? Oh, yeah. I got you. Witnesses say that the joke was on her. It's always, right? Like, in local news, it's always some, like, witty, stupid joke. They always have something. Like, they started off. This, later on in the evening, we'll be talking about a clown who walked through a no-go zone. Witnesses say the joke was on her. It's like, okay, you're making fun of someone who got murdered and raped in Minecraft or Sweden. I mean, there's even like similar places these days. You need that sound clip of Bryce Harper a few years ago when he told a reporter those are clown questions. Oh, fuck yeah. I want to see her in full clown makeup for this. No cheating. We were telling her she needs to wear a clown no-go zone. She needs to wear a full clown burqa. A clerka, guys. People were saying that in the chat yesterday to her. But yeah, so as much faith as she has in humanity and that she wouldn't be assaulted, wouldn't be, basically taken advantage of while moving through a Swedish no-go zone. She doesn't trust it enough to the point where she's willing to go on her own, which thankfully she won't go on her own. But I do want to say that kind of defeats the argument. That defeats your argument of it's not a big deal. You can't say that and then be looking for someone who looks like he could fight to go through there. But I think getting Jovi Val crowdfunded out to Sweden in order to walk her through a no-go zone, it would make it that much better because someone's definitely going to get assaulted in that situation because, one, Jovi isn't going to keep his mouth shut. He's going to pop off. Jovi may get claped, guys. Come on. I would pay to see that. If Mersh couldn't crowdfund t-shirts and beanies for Tim Pool, I guarantee you if I crowdfunded or started a crowdfund for Jovi Val to go hang out with Sweden clown girl, it's not gonna. They're going to basically pause it, ask me all kinds of questions, and then let it go and refund everything. Minority areas, yeah. Bet she's a feminist and even experiences no cognitive dissonance when she looks for a big, strong man for something. I don't know if she is. What do you guys think? You guys have been here and you've listened to her talk. Is she you think she's a feminist? All I know is, woo, that girl is fucking, yeah. They didn't even allow the Tim Pool Fund after review. I thought they did. I thought it was 100% done. She is going to be she's going to be going through a no-go zone because I brought it up yesterday in my chat, apparently. People in news stories with a faith in humanity always end up dead or gang claped. Yes, and I brought that up to her. The couple who were found murdered because they packed through, I don't remember, but they were like, no one's going to hurt us. it's just all a myth, and we're going to prove it by walking through their countries. It seems to be these people who, she's going to get clapped, dude, by freaking a Muslim. Oh, okay, so we found our ways around it. Everyone, thanks, C-Dow. Everyone is going to be fucking sicko. Everyone, I have an announcement to make. Stop bullying. Jesus Christ, you dick. But no, yeah, head on a stick. I don't know. Do they do the whole head on a stick thing in Sweden? Oh man, okay. You had, what's her name? What was that crazy white woman who seems like a drug addict, has a stepdaughter? She took the time to go into South Central, walking around with text-to-speech on. Someone, you guys know who I'm talking about. I know you guys know. Fuck, what's her name? Corinne walked through South Central. That's understandable. It's America. All right? You may run into an argument, you may run into some shit, but South Central isn't South Central like it used to be. Now, little lunchbox walking through a no-go zone. She was sexually assaulted when? There? In South Central? Well, it wasn't on stream, so I don't believe it. It was really boring. It was really bad content, and it just wasn't. It wasn't something. No, happy camper. It's not fixation. We found, well, Mersh found this girl, exposed us all to her. She's got a weird personality. You can't tell if she's trolling or not. What I got is a fixation on people not doing stupid shit to get themselves killed, to make a stance on things. If you were here for the interview yesterday, you would have saw the conversation and understand why we're talking about it today. Not fixation, just continuing the lore, as it were. But yeah, so hopefully she doesn't do it. Hopefully, man, she trolled me. I don't know if she trolled me. I actually challenged her on her ideas and challenged her on that on the shit that Mersh provided to me about her board posting and everything. And she even ran into these situations where her answers pivoted because I called her out on her shit. She fell victim to her own coping mechanism, and now the very thing she has used to not kill herself is going to end up getting herself killed. Yeah, and that'd be a bummer, because I mean, you can't hope that. You don't want to see your lol cows die, because then you lose someone, you know? You lose someone that you can get milk from, and that's just the way it is. Yeah, so yesterday's I'm going to clip it because I interviewed her. She is a character, a really weird character, to say the least. Asking a troll if they're a troll. No. That was the whole point of the conversation. It was to set her up to say no in order to call her out on her shit when she was caught trolling. You gotta, Daniel. I know you don't. You get the YouTube side of things and internet, but when it comes to like an interview, you basically let a person hang themselves with the interview if you're trying to catch them in their thing. So you set them up with a lie, as in let them lie about something, and then you prove them wrong with their own statements or their own situation. If you're trying to do a more hard-hitting interview, and that's what it was. She probably has a liver like Robert. I don't know if she does drugs, to be quite honest, but if she feels safe, why seek? Yeah, exactly. That was the whole point. She was trying to say she felt safe. But let's move on from Little Lunchbox and her antics over to, I didn't pull it up yet. Shit. Well, you're just gonna have to watch me pull this up. I did want to cover this because this is kind of shitty. This is a very, very shitty situation. And a little background information. A 11-year-old was basically shit upon by her teacher for saying that she considers Trump her hero. She chose Trump as her hero for a school project, and the teacher basically ran her into the ground for it. Take a look. I need to close the window.
Now, I learned about this over the weekend, and I was just infuriated. An 11-year-old girl, Bella Moscato, was told she had to write a report on her hero, right, because she quickly chose President Trump, President of the United States, someone she's admired since she was in 3rd grade. But her teacher says no, shamed her in front of other students, and warned Bella to choose a different hero. The school district superintendent telling the Ingram Angle the district does not endorse or condone any limitation or prohibition upon a student's choice of the president as the subject of his or her hero report. Well, we certainly regret that any student or parent may have been made to feel otherwise.
How about you call out your bullshit teacher who went out of their way to make a little girl feel this way, to minimize her right to take a current president and write about that president as their hero. Yeah, it's very sad. It's school and all of that used to be about thought process and growth as a human and learning more about, differences in thought and everything. And now it's like, if you don't match what they want you to think, then they're not happy with you. They're not happy with you at all.
Bella's parents, Valerie and Arthur Moscato, join me now. Valerie, it's great to have you guys on. What exactly did the teachers say now when Bella said Trump was her hero?
Well, when she found out that Trump was her hero, she said, "You're not allowed to pick Trump. He spreads negativity and he says bad things about women." And I was like floored when I heard that.
Oh, she is so Jersey. This woman is so Jersey. Guarantee you they're from Jersey. I was floored when I heard that.
Well, for a little girl to have the poise to not just buckle under the pressure and actually come home and Arthur say, "Mom, Dad, this doesn't seem right," that's what actually gives me a lot of hope, is that your little girl, Arthur, said, "You know something? No, I'm not giving in." That's pretty unusual, I have to say.
I'm going to say this to you. My daughter called my wife during the school day
Told you, it's definitely from Jersey, and it is respectful and commendable that the kid was able to say, you know what, this doesn't seem right. I'm gonna let my parents know. And granted, it's not national news, and it shouldn't be some massive thing. But again, we're living in fucking clown world, and it's the time and point where you can't even like the current president. If they said that when Obama was president and it was a Italian girl or a little black girl or a white teacher that said that to a minority student, it would be national news about how racist the teacher is. The teacher would be on the fucking chopping block and it'd be done. But I guarantee you, this teacher got a slap on the wrist and said, stop. Don't ban kids from talking about Trump in these situations. And that's it.
Let my wife know that. And the upsetting thing to me, which I actually found out later, was that not only was my daughter told that she couldn't do that, but she had to go around and pick somebody else as her hero. When my daughter spoke to my wife, somebody else's hero.
Yeah, go around and go choose, go look.
Choose somebody else's hero from
and then someone.
Hold on. So not only did she not get to have her own hero, she had to go. It is Long Island, not Jersey. Okay, close. She had to go and pick something that was okayed by the teacher because the other kids were allowed to do it. Wow. Stepmom was a high school history and English teacher. She never acted like this. She took the kids' politics out of it. Even if the kids have their own political leanings or their parent political leanings, it adds for good conversation. It adds for teaching moments, you know? You would think that it would be so much easier to have a conversation with kids, find out where their thought process is, maybe ask them why, and dive into the conversation a little. But no, nowadays, what is teaching all about since No Child Left Behind? Oh, that's right. It's about passing a fucking test. No teachers this day and age are teaching. They're test prep takers. That's all they are. They are, and they're not the takers, but they're test prep people, which you would pay after school programs and other things, like when you were taking your SATs and shit. That's all they are. There's no critical thought. There's no openness to opinion. It's all biased bullshit. No one cares. Keep your personal politics out of it and let the kids have their own mindset. It'd be the same way if it was a role reversal. I'd say the same exact thing. Everyone needs to stop trying to indoctrinate little kids. The parents are the ones who teach them morals and values. And it's a two-parent home, as you can see. So if these parents are teaching her conservative values and stuff like that, cool. She's young. And you're trying to flip her. Let her grow into who she wants to be. Let her experience things on her own. Don't go in as the teacher and try to, I don't know, impose your shenanigans and bullshit on her.
Someone in the class also pick Obama, and that was okay?
Yeah, that did
Apparently,
happen.
yep. Mm-hmm.
Naturally.
Yeah.
That's a shock.
So
they're like, we don't want to say anything about that.
My outburst at the Board of Ed meeting had a lot to do with that, because
yeah, me too.
Girl.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, sorry to interrupt, but are you both satisfied with the school's response here? I mean, I tweeted out your
Absolutely
reaction.
not.
Okay,
Well,
so what do you want from the school? They seem somewhat apologetic.
I'm just going to say, the message that you just played, my wife and I have never heard.
Yeah.
Now, listen, we
Ooh, so they're saying that they put out a statement without interacting with the parents, without letting the parents know, hey, coming to them and be like, hey, we're sorry that your daughter had to go through this. It was unfair to her. We'll try to keep our teachers' individual biases out of the classroom the best we can. But instead, they just, hear it on Fox News, I don't know, a day or two later. Seems like they're extremely sorry, guys. Like, they actually give two shits about this 11-year-old's experience. They're fucking kids. They shouldn't be taught any kind of bias until college. Let them, if you want to impose your bullshit on people, wait until they get to college. That way, at least they have a foundation of beliefs that are built upon their own and with familial help and, people that they look to as their support system. Then you could try to fucking indoctrinate them. 11?
We love our community. And we have a lot of support within there. My daughter is one of 4 kids. We have 3 boys also. The school, we've always had very good experiences, and this one is a little sour.
But how important do you think, Valerie, how important do you think it is for parents to speak out when this kind of stuff happens? Because it happens all the time.
Holy shit. So, Rainpipe just said, Bloom said the purpose of education is to challenge fixed beliefs. No, the purpose, goddamn, every day at this time. Woo, your number about to get blocked, you fuck. The purpose of education is to open people up to different ideas. It's not to impose your ideas on them, Bloom. How about you pull your head out of your ass and actually, maybe, look into what education should be? Look into what people are trying to grow as humans and maybe give them alternative ideas, but don't sit on the mindset of, I have to change their thoughts. I have to change their thoughts. That's not how it fucking works. Jesus Christ.
Important. Yeah. I think it's extremely important. And I am very grateful and happy that this story has gotten as big as it has, because this story needs to be told, and I'm very proud that my daughter knew that was wrong and called me during the school to tell me this.
Yeah,
because
but
let me tell you this, Laura.
You taught her.
And if she didn't tell me this, she wasn't doing Trump. So everybody's asking, oh, was she still able to do Trump? She's able to do Trump because of me and my husband, not because of the school, the district, or the teacher, because we raised holy hell about it. And this is an in-school project.
We're gonna try to get the teacher Valerie on the show.
Oh, as a female teacher, surprised?
And see what she says now that she maybe has had some time to reflect on it, and we'll check back with you, because we're going to keep tracking these types of stories across the country. Thank you both for joining us.
The teacher will not have pulled her head out of her ass. The teacher will just be on the same old shit and is going to try and spin that, oh, Trump's racist. Trump's this. He can't be a person's hero. Come on. It is happening all over the country, and kids do need to speak out. If people aren't willing to stand up for their own principles and beliefs, why should anyone else stand up for you? If you're being shoved down to the ground, stand up for yourself. There you go. Speak out. Make a big-ass ordeal about it. I mean, that's what the left does, right? all these different rallies and events and screaming at people's things. Why not? Oh, wow. That's interesting. Just realized my Rockstar matches my color scheme. Look at that. But yeah, so if you're not willing to speak out and these parents don't stand up for their kids, they need to go ahead and get the fuck out. Let's check out you guys over there. Take care, Gina. Just so you guys know, on the D-Live side, I appreciate all the donations and all the tips with the Lino over there. And if you want to support on the YouTube side, not ADHD wave. I'm so used to my shit disappearing. It caught my eye out of my, because I have to look at my face over here to make sure OBS isn't going to break on me. If you want to support on this side, streamlabs.com/AGluck. There's a few links down below. Got some affiliate links. Over here, why not live stream or at least audio record all class? You know what? That's not a bad idea, okay? They expect cops to wear body cams, and there should be nothing wrong with a program that gives...
Now you're banned. And it's a ban. Banned. You're banned. Well, now you're banned.
Anyone just joining who don't know, that's Owen Benjamin, and he is a notorious banner on YouTube in his live streams. That's where the joke comes from. You're not really banned on D-Live. Sorry, I don't do that. But yes, so that's not a bad idea, to be quite honest. Set up cameras. The only people who can access it are if they have a kid in that class, and do it up until they break to where they're in multiple classes, because that'll be a little rougher. But then you give teachers, you know, they can set up an account, verify they are, or they get a password from the school or something like that that allows them to log into their student's classroom only, and they can see what's going on. But then again, you know, that whole mindset of the government's watching us, man. Well, I guess if you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to worry about when it comes to the kids and interacting with the kids. Now, am I talking about spying on us the same way? No. It's an accountability system, just like it's like body cams and stuff. Fuck, make teachers wear body cams. That way they won't fucking act out. You could stop the indoctrination that way, and parents would be able to say, okay, I can tell you exactly when this happened, exactly when my daughter got harassed for liking Trump. It was right here. 13/10 on, you know, Friday, April 23rd. Teachers might take their heads out of their ass. They do have cams on school buses to see if kids screw with the emergency doors and stuff like that, or get into fights, and so that way I don't see one.
Now you're banned.
Thanks, Matt.
And it's a ban. Banned. You're banned. Well, now you're banned.
So kids don't have the same right when it comes to expectations of not being made sure that they're not screwing off, and these teachers need the same accountability level. And that's what I was saying. Throw a you guys want to be out there fighting for the rights of people to, I don't know, wear body cams so we know what our cops and authority figures are doing. Same for teachers. Exactly. Public servants don't deserve a right to privacy on the job. I 100% agree. Schools are taxpayer funded. It would go viral too. Yeah, and I think it would be a good thing, and for both sides, because let's say you have a teacher who is You don't have this. This is completely fabricated, and you don't see it. A teacher who's a Trump supporter coming down on a student who's disagreeing with them. Thank you, Champion, for the donations over there. You don't see that. A teacher who's conservative would challenge ideas, would make schools a no-go zone. Yeah, shit. As in, no bullshit, none of your bias. You want to say that they want to push the idea that you have white male bias, and you have this bias, and you have this bias. Well, teachers and liberals and everyone else, y'all have your biases too. Yeah, any teacher assaulted by a student would like the cameras. That's true because, I mean, let's say you're not the nicest teacher in the world and your students don't really care for you and they really like the student who punches you in the face. Well, we didn't say anything. He assaulted him first. You know, it's one of those things where you gotta be willing to sacrifice. You gotta be willing to sacrifice some of your stupidity and biases in order to make sure that kids are being taught and not indoctrinated. Alrighty, guys, let's move on from that story, which honestly is disheartening and would be major national news on every other news network if it was during Obama's administration and a kid was told they couldn't, talk about President Obama as their hero. Let's jump over to palate. Yeah, you want a palate cleanser? Let's get ourselves a palate cleanser. We'll run a palate cleanser real quick for the simple fact that we can. Because this next story is going to piss you off too. Well, actually, the next story is kind of funny, but we could use a palate cleanser. So let me. What do we want to do? What's a good palate cleanser? Well, we'll show you where my intro or my subscriber notification comes from. Okay.
Anybody that's like snarky and sarcastic, you don't get to hang out here anymore. Bannings are the best thing that ever happened to this chat. Now you're banned. And it's a banning. Banned. You're banned. Well, now you're banned. I love banning people. Banned. I'm just gonna do it randomly from a fucking bell tower. Okay. Now you're banned. Banned. You gotta get him out of here. Now let's find more people to ban. You're banned. Banned. I love banning people. I'll ban all you motherfuckers. Well, now you're banned for life. Banned. And I'll keep them. Okay, now you're definitely banned.
Whoever put this together, holy shit. So good.
Banned. This guy's out of here. Thank you for letting me ban you.
Say no to censorship in soy. I wonder if this person is a former bear. But yeah, so nice little palate cleanser. Give you a little background on where the subscription notification comes from. Do I have? We're gonna watch that New Blues doll from yesterday. I heard it's pretty damn good. I had something. Oh, here it is. Okay, so. White House considered using migrants to punish sanctuary cities. I think it's a good idea.
The White House has confirmed the proposal to load migrant detainees onto shuttles and then drop them off in so-called sanctuary cities. The Washington Post was the first to report on the plan, which was brought up twice by the Trump administration in the past 6 months.
The idea was to create a crisis by overwhelming local resources in cities like San Francisco, the home turf of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi.
Well, I mean, they're kind of already overwhelming their own resources. You're saying that's what the plan was, but I think the fact that these people aren't willing to follow federal immigration laws and allow people who end up killing people to stay in their city, like that guy who killed the legal immigrant who became a cop in the U.S., killed him in a traffic stop. But they're good people, guys, and there's nothing they ever do wrong. If you even say or point out the bad ones, you're an evil human being. It's just like 13% for 50%. You can't point that out, guys, because it's racism. It may be statistical fact, and it may be 100% true, but it's racism, guys.
That would send a message to Democrats who have criticized the president. The White House tells CBS News that it was just a suggestion and is no longer under consideration. And they also deny that they were motivated by politics. Nick Miroff is the author of that article and a Washington Post reporter covering immigration and enforcement. Joining us now. Thank you so much, Nick. The White House has confirmed that this idea was actually proposed twice or suggested twice, however you want to, whatever word you want to use. What would have happened had it been approved?
Well, I think the idea here was to, instead of releasing migrant ICE detainees along the border where most of the ICE detention centers are, that they would bus them or transport them in some way to sanctuary cities. There was a specific inquiry from the White House to several.
Ooh, he says and more than I do when I'm trying to gather my thoughts. Holy shit.
Attorneys at DHS, at different DHS agencies, all the way back in November after as you remember, when the president was fuming about the caravan, and they wanted to send ICE detainees to small and medium-sized sanctuary cities.
So why was the idea rejected?
The idea was rejected because it probably was more of a troll. But it's one of those things where what's going on, Jackson? See, I told you I say but not as much as this guy. It's one of those things where if it would have been pushed through, it would have pissed off so many people. But think about it. Come on, voters and Democrats. You know you want those illegals to vote. You know you do. Come on, guys.
Well, I think, this idea was pretty much ruled out as soon as it landed at ICE, and they pointed out at the time that that this operationally is not feasible, and that legally there's no basis for doing something like that. The interesting thing is that the White House did not let go of the proposal, and it came.
And now that someone pointed out to me how much I do it, I'm trying to correct it, because I do and have done public speaking, done some radio, did DJing when it came to like working weddings and events and stuff. And I don't mean like, I'm a DJ, bro, I make my own beats. I mean, I played freaking music and emceed at weddings and whatnot. So I know when I do it, I just don't always hear it. And now that one of my audience members, I think it was Tseries, pointed it out. I've noticed myself doing it, and I hear it every time I do it. So,
back around, and this is what we can point to in terms of kind of pressure that I think DHS officials were feeling. The president demanding that they respond in a tougher way, and the proposal comes back around during the shutdown talks, and that's when both the we know that the legal department at Immigration and Customs Enforcement at ICE.
Okay, now that I've pointed it out, I guarantee you guys are hearing it massively. You were hearing it over and over, and it's literally driving me insane. I was not a wedding singer. Ooh. Oh, he's way worse than me. You can embrace your crutches, or you can try to correct them. And before continuing on a sentence, think about it instead of using that as a processing.
Actually conducted a review and said definitively, yes, this is not something that we can legally do.
So I think what's so troubling about your reporting is, okay, it's not something that's legal, but the idea that this would be retribution, the idea that people working for the federal government would then be used as a tool to seek political revenge is, I think, the most troubling thing.
Oh, because the Democrats never do that. No. They've never done that. They've never used anything as a political tool. Like, damn it. Now I'm pissing myself off. I was doing it ironically. That was real. Like, I don't know. Using a reporter for NBC to hit a independent journalist with no, because they don't do anything wrong. They didn't, try to kill a story, a non-starter story. No, they didn't. They don't ever use their political biases or situations to control what they want to see. But if the president or the Republicans do it, then it's a massive issue. No, maybe if they followed federal law, followed immigration law, and didn't just say, we're a sanctuary city, you can't do anything to us. Someone needs to do something with them. It's going to happen sooner or later, and people are not happy.
In this story.
That's right. I mean...
Sorry, I said, people working for the federal government, but the migrants who are fleeing, desperate situations are also being used as a tool.
Yeah, I mean, I think that what's the most problematic about this, at least, from a governing standpoint, is the idea that you would interfere in the operations of a law enforcement agency to achieve some kind of political goal. That's certainly the way it was perceived at DHS by the whistleblowers that have reached out to members of Congress that were alarmed by this proposal, particularly when
Omega. I was DJing before iPads were even a thing, dude. And we used a computer. We had 4 hard drives of, 30,000 songs. Because we did weddings that were anywhere from a normal wedding to Hispanic weddings where you needed Spanish music and other stuff to Jewish weddings. Those were always, it's just weird to me, the breaking the glass thing and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. Raising them up on chairs. I don't know. It's just weird. It's fucking weird, man. And, yeah, I DJ'd with CDs and records before that. Because the company that I worked for when I was doing that, I started at 15 working for them under the table before I was able to be old enough to work. And I would... Nightwave. I would load equipment and set up and help them with that, and then learn from the owner's son and everything. It was a fun job. I did it for about 10 years off and on with the same company, even when I went to college. And I came back and would do events and stuff. Honestly, I've probably been to 300, maybe more weddings, 400. It was just one. Yes, it was a big ass crate with like probably 7 foot. Yeah, it was taller than me, and in high school I was like 5'10". So I shot up a little bit throughout high school, but I hit my growth spurt before, but it was definitely taller than me, and just stacks of CDs, and all of them were, he did the electric slide way too much. Exactly. It was one of those things where it was massively heavy, and we had the stand, and you had to have 2 people to lift that shit up on the stand. It was cool. And then what we did was we had a book with alphabetical listings of artists and what CD number their songs were on, and you would have to go through that way. Pain in the ass. Technology changed that and made it easier. Granted, you lost some of the sound quality of CD and records, but definitely made life a lot easier. It was one of my favorite jobs, and it got me comfortable speaking in front of people, especially when you're trying to manage an event like a wedding where bitches and their moms be crazy. Yeah. Especially when you get the ones who are like kind of rich, or they think they're rich, or they're just spending way too much money on this wedding and they're going to be in debt for the rest of their lives. They were the fucking worst. Yeah, it was around this same time when I started. I started in 99, 98, right before I was about to go into high school. No, 2000. I started in like 2000. But man, those women don't fuck with the bride on her wedding day. I'll tell you that. And the grooms and all that stuff, they were chill. They didn't give a fuck. They just wanted to make sure that she wasn't going to get mad. Oh, they spend way too much money on that. What's up, Stormblessed? It was just, ugh. I don't see why you would drop, okay, 100,000 on one day, with the chance of you getting divorced at 51% in the U.S. You have a 51% chance that you just wasted $100,000. Think about that. Insane, right? Chatterbait brought me, and I can't finish until you play the video. Okay. Sorry. We were getting distracted. I apologize.
When it came back around, and I mean yes, that's right. I mean, the idea that you would retaliate against Democrats or sanctuary cities by sending ICE detainees to their way was quite shocking.
Mm. So ultimately, one of the other points that you've made in your reporting, and it has been reported, is the outsized influence Stephen Miller has on these types of policies. And what's fascinating is now you're starting to see even Republican lawmakers, supporters of the president, sort of saying, hold a minute here, there's this person who's helping build policy who hasn't been elected, nor has he been confirmed by anybody in the Senate.
Who gives a fuck if it's not legal and it's not a good call to send them to the sanctuary cities? It's not legal to be a sanctuary city. Do you get the stupidity in that argument? Do you get that, Mr. I work for the Washington Post?
What's going on here?
Sure. I mean, one of the things that I think so many of the senior Republican leaders in Congress are alarmed by is, this recent purge at the Department of Homeland Security. And again, we're talking about the White House's own nominee to be the head of ICE, in addition to Secretary Nielsen. And what I think the concern here is that is this perception from the White House that that DHS leadership was not tough enough, does it have anything to do with rejecting ideas like this? And it points back to what we've been seeing over a pattern for months now, in which some of the most extreme ideas that are either operationally unworkable or are not legal are continued to be advanced by the White House, and the folks at DHS are coming under a lot of pressure to find ways to accommodate what the White House wants.
Again, you're bitching about the fact that it's not legal for him to take people that you guys are just gonna let go at the border and flow out into our country however, but you don't want him to drive them somewhere and be like, okay, this city loves y'all, hang out here, use up their resources, don't use all these other cities who want nothing to do with you. How does that not benefit both parties? Sanctuary cities want to stay blue. They can find a way to get those people to come and vote in their elections, because they will. And the cities that don't want them don't have to deal with them. You are 100% correct, Storm Blessed. Defund sanctuary cities. It would be massively hard to do, but I think if they cut back on certain federal funding to certain cities that do that shit, it would make a lot of sense. It would suck because you know what? Too many cities, California in general, need funding, but our whole state and our state leadership is a bunch of jackasses. It would really fuck up places like the Central Valley and the red areas of California. It would fuck them over like the Democrats want to.
Yeah, I think that's what we were seeing with Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen, and certainly some of the reporting now is that though, publicly she would often defend the president's policies, privately she would argue, I don't think this is legal. It's probably going to...
And it's a ban. Banned. You're banned. Well, now you're banned.
By the way, that is 100% correct that it feels like they're wanting to keep a new form of slavery, because that's all it is. Get them hooked on government funds, get them hooked on that, have them not be able to work in actual industries where they're going to be, held accountable for taxes, Social Security, shit like that. Don't get them to work in those industries. Let's get them in to places like, labor work. Let's get them working in the fields. Let's get them to do the dirty work. The whites, the blacks, the Latinos, and the Asians who don't want to do it won't do, because you know what? That would benefit us. And granted, we don't want to work in the fields. No one does. So how do we go about that? And the Democrats have shown what they really want. Yeah, might as well make them 3/4. Exactly right. So let's just go ahead and give them that. We'll give them 3/4. They're what a 3/4 of a person. They get a vote worth that. Democrats, I'm surprised, have not pushed anything like that. And by Democrats, I mean the super progressives now, and the farther left Democrats, not the center Democrats, because a lot of the center Democrats don't want to deal with immigration and want to actually find a fix for it. But it's one of those fighting points where both sides are always going to block each other.
To be overturned by the courts, and that is really sort of the source of their clashing.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we've seen that, I think, again and again, where, you know, the president, his top advisor Stephen Miller, are really eager to you know, to push the envelope as far as they can.
Hold on. He's an advisor to the president, and therefore he suggests certain things, but he's trying to make policy. They were saying before, he's an advisor. What the fuck do you think advisors do? Why? He's not trying to impose policy on his own. There's still ways these things would have to go about, but you're trying to say, no, Stephen Miller, besides having a great band, he really wants to write policy himself, guys. All my beard is brown except for the Pewdiepie section where it doesn't grow in fully. It's super gray, guys. It's where my lover jizzes.
But the folks who actually have to implement these policies, and as we will recall with Secretary Nielsen, when she had to kind of stand up and own the zero tolerance family separation policy, you know, they're the ones that actually have to implement these things and to face the legal challenges and face the public backlash. And you know, with this email from the White House, again back in November when they were first floating this idea, one of the responses from the deputy acting director of ICE at the time was, this is you know, PR-wise and from a public relations standpoint, this is not going to look good.
All right, Nick Miroff, thank you so much. As always, we appreciate it. Great reporting.
Thank you.
No, she's not. No, she's not. No way in hell. Bullshit. I call it bullshit. Yeah, I'm sure. It's probably like the lightest no-go zone. It's just the one that they just added up and suggested. I'm sure she's in a no-go zone. If those Klettbacks, so you gotta do things with the CL at the beginning now. Okay, that's how you get around things. We're going to vote Republican. Nancy and Chuck would be down. They're driving cement trucks and building the wall. No. He just said she's in one right now, as if she's claiming she's in a no-go zone right now. It is fucking Clown World, princess. 100%. They should just let the legals have in one. No, I live in fucking California. I live in and grew up in a red area. Well, then you better move. Fuck that. I like the positive parts about my state, like places to go, like the beach, the mountains, the desert. We've got it all, and we have a great mountain range here, but we just have stupid leadership. California used to be a pretty damn red state up until Reagan. Oh, they're burning everyone out. Literally. Who is Grindle61? I have no clue who that is. What is she doing? Bad idea. So Trump didn't pull the trigger on it. Did the advisor advise? Yes, they were kicking around ideas. They praised the Clinton-Gore team for their trial balloons. Yeah. That's the problem. Florida would be my ultimate choice. No income tax. Yes, everyone hears about the Florida man and Florida man. I'll tell you why. Florida has sunshine laws. They don't hide their shit. They actually let it be known. Crazy man jumps off cliff, stabs baby on the way down while jerking off and snorting freaking bath salts only is in the news because they allow it to be. They don't hide it. Whereas in California, I guarantee you, if they were to let out half the shit that happens here, people would fucking freak out, and it'd be California, man. Any state that was so open about their about how shitty people are in real life would freak out. So where are we at? It's 12:04. All right, what do we want to do? Let me jump over to my camera that's focused on my big ass head and see what. There was something I wanted to. Oh. That I have to actually comment on. Damn it, dude. I want to find something that I can step away from the screen and have a quick smoke. Man, all I got today is some really crazy shit of like that needs to be commented on. It's CNN. They'll probably copyright claim it, but they can suck my dick. I'll challenge them. Let's look at CNN and oh yeah, this is fucking great stuff. This will lead into the next story, okay? This is one of our representatives. She represents the Bronx. She did a wine stream and was acting ridiculous while putting together IKEA furniture. That's right. The craziest woman in Congress besides Ilhan Omar, because she doesn't know when to shut her mouth, Cortez.
We've seen her at press conferences,
in the great Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez,
in congressional hearings, and on the cover of Time magazine.
Her ass has been in office for 4 months.
Oh shoot. 5-second rule. Hey everyone.
She was munching popcorn, sipping white wine, and assembling furniture on Instagram Live.
Alright, what am I doing here?
Breaking news, an historic first. This appears to be the first time a member of Congress has taken questions from the electorate while assembling IKEA furniture.
This is what I'm making, okay?
AOC moved into her Washington apartment 3 months ago, but has been too busy to furnish it.
Did I do this wrong? Boom! I did it.
She answered questions on topics ranging from the mundane.
I put ground pepper over my popcorn.
To the big picture, the need for taking bold stands on issues like climate change.
As long as I can sleep at night, that's all I care about.
As for what she's sleeping on, it's a mattress on the floor.
Under the mattress is like the plastic wrap that the mattress came in. I'm just spilling all the secrets right now.
Her fans loved it. AOC railing against oil company profits and climate change while assembling furniture on Instagram Live is the millennial representation I crave.
A desk.
When the desk assembly required a screwdriver she didn't have, she polled those watching on whether to plunge ahead without it. They voted yes. Eat your heart out, Beto O'Rourke.
So I'm here at the dentist.
By the time AOC signed off, she had a leg up on Instagram. Actually, 2 legs. Ginny Mo, CNN, New York.
One with the problem, not me, okay? I asked you a simple question. You some motherfucker responded like you don't know what the fuck's going on.
Man, fuck you!
Man, fuck you, bitch! Fuck you! Come on, nigga!
Now I get your chair.
Come on, bring up your chest then, dog! What your bitch ass gonna do? Hell, your bitch ass ain't gonna do a goddamn thing, trick! You better take your old ass out of my... All right, you right.
Oh man, I was 5 seconds too late. Oh well. I'll let you guys watch
Stonewood, Texas.
That Asian guy punking the black guy. But yeah, so Cortez was drunk and live streaming and answering policy questions while drunk. She is by far the stupidest human being on the planet. Goddamn stupid. Oh, I just had a couple of drags. I didn't even finish it because I saw it flip over to the video. I smoke American Spirits. Definitely not a fast smoker in that shit. But yeah, if you guys are on the DLive side, make sure you follow. If you are on the YouTube side and you have not subscribed yet, throw a subscription on the channel. Well, Stormblessed, I'm sorry I'm not entertaining enough for you. The world is about conversation. Enjoy the people in the chat. Converse with them. They're good peeps. And she literally sat there answering questions, and people liked it. How? Because it shows her as vulnerable, man. And she's one of us, living in a $5,000 or $6,000 apartment in New York. She's one of us. She was a bartender, man. She is not interesting. She does not provide any kind of actual policy that makes any kind of sense. She's spinning this bullshit Green New Deal. Yes, she is a demon. Pretty damn sure she's a demon. I don't know if it's $5,000, but I think it's pretty expensive. She's still mentally in her teens, which is ironic because most 28-year-olds, women tend to age better in essence of mentally than men. And she is not. She is deficient in some manner of learning. Thank you for the ice cream, Wyatt Earp. And if you don't understand the donating system that I'm bringing up, guys, on the YouTube side, DLive, the little donations, they let you do lemons, ice cream, diamonds, stuff like that. Cool little donation system where you earn shit just for watching. She was elected to replace Pelosi as the new clum dumpster for the old saggy nut men around the hill. Ooh. Yes, she could literally, you hand her some boons, sparkling wine drinks, she'll be good to go. If I'm gonna guess Ted Bundy, if you were born after January.
Now you're banned. And it's a ban. Banned. You're banned. Well, now you're banned.
Thank you for following over there. It is one of the most ridiculous things ever. Yeah, I don't know if it's it's not sketchy. I mean, they have an ICO. Who cares? It's decentralized.
And it's a ban.
I like that.
You're banned. Well, now you're banned.
It's not centralized. Like, they don't have all their servers set up the way like YouTube does. And it's kind of a cool, different change. Every cryptocurrency is technically sketchy. I mean, think about it. Whatever. You get free money to give your favorite creators free money. Why not? She lives with pepper popcorn too. Jesus Christ, guys. Oh, but yes. Now, let's move on to another situation with this dumbass. Yes, I'm going to refer to her as dumbass because she is one. Ooh, hello, everyone just joining. Throw a like on the video on the YouTube side. Throw a follow on the DLive side. AOC faces backlash for telling war vet Crenshaw, that'd be Dan Crenshaw, Solid Snake himself, a former Navy SEAL who lost his eye, to go do something about domestic terror. You heard that right. She told a war vet, Navy SEAL, to do something about domestic terror. Cortez faced mounting criticism Thursday for feuding with freshman colleague Dan Crenshaw over his response to domestic terrorism. Dust-up began after Crenshaw reacted to comments made by Ilhan Omar, who had been criticized for characterizing the 9/11 terrorist attacks as something people did. First member of Congress to ever describe terrorists who killed thousands of Americans on 9/11 as some people who did something unbelievable. So, of course, Cortez has to chime her fucking crazy bat lady eyes, and that prompted Cortez to defend Omar, her ally, going after the Texas congressman for not co-sponsoring the 9/11 Victims Compensation Fund. In 2018, right-wing extremists were behind all U.S. domestic terrorist killings. Why don't you go do something about that? Hold on. Is someone on a PC, so I don't have to search while trying to go through this story? Look up if that's a correct statement, because I do not believe so. 2018, right-wing extremists were behind all U.S. domestic terrorist killings. I don't think that's true. So she made that statement to him. That sparked an avalanche of outrage, many pointing to Crenshaw's service as a Navy SEAL in the war in Afghanistan, as well as his sacrifice. Why don't you do something about terrorism? AOC asked Dan Crenshaw. AOC implying Dan Crenshaw, who served combat tours in Iraq and Afghanistan in the wake of 9/11, hasn't done enough for the victims of 9/11 terrorist attack, is astounding, though not shocking. AOC is attacking Crenshaw for not fighting for 9/11 victims. They basically break down his list. There is no context in which Ilhan Omar description of 9/11 as some people did something is anything but disgraceful. Defending her is shameful, especially for a representative from New York. Yeah, come on. Come on. Your district is a New York district. You get that, right? The place that was massively impacted by it, like their buildings fell. You get that, right? She by far is one of the stupidest human beings on our planet, and she does not seem to understand that you just don't do that. And she went on to say even more about it, guys.
Printing on the front page to circulate all around New York City an image that is incredibly upsetting.
Give it a second. Refresh. I haven't had it all day today. One drop for the day. Let's see. Come on. Stop being stupid. If you're on D Live, make sure you refresh. I'm gonna flip it over, and we're gonna start over again because she is batshit crazy, and I wouldn't trust her to make policy on anything when she goes and makes stupid statements like this. Okay, here it is.
Printing on the front page to circulate all around New York City an image that is incredibly upsetting and triggering for New Yorkers that were actually there and were actually in the radius, that woke up one morning or were in their schools and didn't know if they were going to see their parents at the end of the day, to elicit such an image.
Okay, so the bad part is the image, not the person who fucking said some people did something, because she doesn't want to admit that her people did something. You realize you're defending someone who is defending and making a statement about that image. You're triggered by the image. You realize how fucking dumb that is. And this is what's popular, people. This is what's popular with the Democrats. I used to be a Democrat. A center one, but I got pushed out by fucking idiots like this. Yes, I was more conservative, and I hate being called a Nazi because I'm fucking white. But that image is triggering, not the stupid bitch's words that said, oh, some people did some things. She can't be elected in 2024. She's 28 right now, right? I think she just turned 28. That's what, 5 years away? She will be 34. She cannot run for president, even though she's been floated as someone who should run for president. This idiot, this ignorant, dumbass moron doesn't understand what should be triggering. Yes, the image is fucking horrific, right? But do you think the newspaper was posting it because they wanted to rehash it? Exactly. She can't run until 2028. Do you think they were doing it for fun to make people sad? No, they were proving a point that your friend in office is a fucking idiot. And here you are on CNBC or NBC News defending her. First of all, pluck your fucking eyebrows. You can see on the one on the stage left there that there's some scaggly shit going on there. You're a woman. Act like a woman. And 2, stop saying stupid shit. Your gender theory degree from Boston doesn't amount to shit.
It's a band.
Thank you for subscribing.
Well, now you're banned.
No, thank God she's not 30. If she was 30 and she tried to run, I hope that the Democrats who don't like her primary her ass. I hope they primary her ass. You know why? Because you are nothing more than some dumbass 28-year-old who has no concept of reality, grew up not in the Bronx. You grew up in a suburb and moved into the Bronx. You don't know what it's like to be poor. You don't know what it's like to actually be an actual person who lives in the Bronx. You do not represent all of America. You do not get to say stupid shit like this. You represent your district. That's all. You should not be the face of anything but a fucking district. That's all.
And it's a ban. You're banned. Well, now you're banned.
All you should be is the face of your district. You should be in your district. You should be having your office there like you're fucking supposed to. Burbank? I don't know. The Nixon Library's out in like East LA County area. You haven't even set up your district offices yet. You're being looked at for 2 different situations of finance violations. Who are you to say that because they show this, that's triggering? Who are you? Some dumb broad who danced her way into America's heart. I'm a bartender. I'm like you guys, but I'm less smarter. You're an idiot. Let's continue.
If they were going to see their parents at the end of the day, to elicit such an image for such a transparently and politically motivated attack on Ilhan, we are getting to the level where this is an incitement of violence against progressive women of color.
What?
And if
No. An incitement of violence against progressive women of color. How about your fucking Little Muzzy's incitement of violence on, as much as I dislike a lot of the shit they do, but on Jewish people, on, I don't know, people who actually died in 9/11 and then the soldiers who had to go fight after it? How about those incitement of violence by just stating facts that, oh, some people did something. Eject both of these women into the fucking sun. I would not. Someone mentioned in D-Live that they think she's autistic. I would say she's just stupid, because that comparing autistic people to her, or even putting her in the same boat with anyone who might be autistic, goes to show and it is not very nice to autistic people. I think she summarizes the stupidity of what the far left has become. It's an attack on women of color, progressive women of color, because we don't like being called out when we're just saying stupid shit. When we show our biases to our religious culture over our actual country, we don't like when you call us out for that. Come on, guys. She's not autistic. She's a bimbo. Exactly. They're victimizing women, progressives of color. No, what they're doing is calling out stupid people. Don't be stupid, and you won't get pounced on, guys. The conservatives pounce on Ilhan Omar's statements. The conservatives pounce on AOC for being a dumb thought. No. Like this, I'm losing my voice because this is so fucking stupid.
they can't figure out how to get it back to policy, we need to call it out for what it is.
You're the one who puts out ignorant ass policy ideas like the Green New Deal. You're the one who's defending someone who made statements that are just stupid. But they need to figure out how to get it back to policy, guys, or else it's racism. No, if they challenge your policy because it's a dumbass idea, you're gonna say it's because you're a woman of color. I'm a woman of color, guys, and no, you're a fucking dumbass idiot from outside of the Bronx who moved to the Bronx and now primaried someone with what, 19,000 votes? Oh, you've done so much for your district. How about you do something like set up your office first, you fucking idiot?
Because this is not normal, and this is not a normal level of political debate or rhetoric. As wild as it can get, sometimes this is something beyond what is normal.
We've gotten beyond normal because of idiots like you. Because of idiots like Ilhan Omar. Things have gotten to this point because you guys keep pushing and moving the fence. You don't want the Republicans to start hitting you back on your stupidity. Then don't be stupid. You grew up with a cell phone in your hand and the internet at your fingertips. Learn a little bit about don't do stupid because it's out there for everyone. This isn't rocket fucking science. You have to be held accountable for your past, your stupid actions. Where's the modern day Ted Bundy? Ooh. Someone over on DLive getting hot. Bitch is a dick garage and puppet. I can't believe guys still want to put in her. People who vote Democrat are stupid retarded. It's a fact. She's autistic, you can tell. She answered a casting call for this position. Yes, we watched the video on that. She first thought she was going to be selling couches. I don't disagree. It's just that I think she is really special needs, and I don't want to punch down. No, punch down. Punch her in the face over and over again. Ooh, man. She is just... I like DLive, Daniel. Gives you guys a way to support the creators without costing you any kind of money. Why not? And, you know, so what? If the here's the thing. If the Lino breaks or the Lino just falls apart or has no intrinsic value at some point, what's the loss? So what? I co-streamed on a stream. I'm not doing what these Twitch streamers are like, I got to break my partner agreement to come over here. No, you dumb. You just do both. You don't stream on the same platform on the same day because Twitch has those rules, but, you know, you move on. All right, so back-to-back stupidity from Cortez, from a Instagram stream of her, I don't know, building furniture, to her going after Crenshaw, to her getting triggered by historical images. Okay, guys? We got to have our safe spaces for our representatives and our people who can't actually look at the past and no, bitch, shut the fuck up. Okay. On to the other title story. Oh, PewDiePie. Let me get over to the article setup. PewDiePie versus T-Series. Delhi High Court directs YouTube to remove defamatory songs. That's right. A court in India has directed YouTube to remove 2 songs published by Swedish YouTuber PewDiePie from its platform. The interim order was granted by a single judge bench of Justice Jayat Nath in suit preferred by T-Series. T-Series got so triggered by Bitch Lasagna and congratulations that they took it to court to get it pulled down off the website. You're hearing that right, guys. Super Cassette's private, that's what they were formerly known as, doing business as T-Series, which started out as, I don't know, a bootlegging company. Oh, they took it to court because they're such pussies that they can't deal with someone calling out their bullshit, pointing out shenanigans, messing with them.
And it's a ban.
So they took it to court. Right.
Well, now you're banned.
Seeking to permanently restrain Felix Everett Kjellberg, better known as PewDiePie, from uploading the songs titled T-Series Diss Track Bitch Lasagna and Congratulations. It is T-Series' case that the lyrics of the 2 songs are, on the face of it, defamatory, disparaging, insulting, and offensive. Well, the one thing you can't do is tell someone who isn't a citizen of your country that they have to do something. YouTube might pander to this bullshit and pull it down. But I want to tell you something, T-Series, you fucking retards. Let me tell T-Series a little something about the internet. Since you guys are too stupid to realize the internet, it'll just get mirrored. I already downloaded both versions because I'm going to post it fucking everywhere if this actually happens. And what's YouTube going to do? Strike everyone? No, I'll just create a bunch of different accounts and put it up, you fucking goofs. If YouTube panders to this, this will go to show that they don't give a fuck about independent creators. For quite some time, PewDiePie had the most subscribed channel. He still has it. Thank you very much. Of late, the popularity of T-Series increased because they gave away free internet to everyone in India. Of course it's going to increase so significantly that it overtook PewDiePie's most subscribed channel in all categories across the world. Wrong. You're not biased, but you didn't do your research. Look it up. T-Series thus contends that PewDiePie has been uploading defamatory and disparaging music videos which target the company as well as the Indian community to regain his top position. What, they had the top position for a day? You guys had it for a day and you can't keep it because you guys can't take some criticism? Can't have your past held against you? Imagine if PewDiePie was this big of a pussy that he went to court and tried to get every video put out by the Journal taken down when they actually did make defamatory statements, but him stating facts about you that you did face and situations you did do that weren't taken out of context. Oh, that's against the law. The songs/videos contain racist, inflammatory, and hateful remarks against the Indian community as well as T-Series in a bid to ridicule and disparage T-Series and its trademark. T-Series pleaded. After pursuing the snapshots of the video uploaded by PewDiePie, the court opinion that the songs contain repeated comments made which are abusive, vulgar, and in racist nature. Who gives a fuck? You guys literally have songs out there from the World Health Organization having to remind people not to shit in the streets. That is a fact. There is a World Health Organization song out there that has to remind people to not shit in the streets. Isn't T-Series more of a company than PewDiePie? Yes. Of course. PewDiePie has been individual since he got dropped by all of his people because of the stupid I'm blanking. The Financial Journal. Wall Street Journal. Woo, there we go. The Wall Street Journal did their hate piece on their hit piece on him, and everything has been in the media about things taken out of context, situations they don't understand. They blow them out of proportion before actually investigating them. You know? Like PewDiePie is his own thing, but T-Series should be expected to act this way. Shouldn't be? I think they should be expected to not file frivolous lawsuits claiming my feelings in court and trying to get YouTube, a company, a global company as they all claim, to remove something like they are. 30,000 Lino is I don't know how the buy rate goes in the way of that. I would just say earn it. Of him smacking T-Series. So T-Series does have shit for brains. Apparently they do. Because they're stupid enough to continue to try and go at this guy. I will say this, as a creator on this platform, as a fan of PewDiePie, as someone who likes to step back and actually evaluate the situation, I'm going to set all that aside. YouTube, you do this. You remove the videos worldwide. You remove the videos in India. You do anything like that. And people on this platform are going to destroy you. They're going to rip you apart. You thought the ad-pocalypse was a bad thing. There's an issue. You're going to have it way worse. It's going to be 10 times worse for you when you have every single independent creator on the platform ripping you apart. He is not going to go to court, I don't think. He's not going to take it down because another country's court system cannot impose something on someone who's not a citizen of theirs. So they could try. They're going to go after YouTube to remove it. After pursuing the snapshots, which are taken out of context, they probably just had that part where he said Indians are poo-poo in their brain. They saw the snapshot, and T-Series, of course, instead of actually playing the song or seeing the video and seeing the context, manipulated the context to the court. In my opinion, it would be in the interest of justice that these videos are taken off YouTube. Justice Nath ordered. Well, in my opinion, YouTube doesn't answer to you, fuck boy. I don't give a goddamn fuck who you are. You don't get to force them off them. The court also noted that after the first video, Pewdiepie sent a communication to T-Series and apologized for posting the same. He also stated it was all in good fun while assuring that he was not planning any more videos. Oh well, because he wasn't planning them 5 months ago, goofballs. The court thus deemed it appropriate to direct YouTube to remove and disable access to the 2 songs, Bitch Lasagna and Congratulation. It also asked YouTube to ensure that the songs do not get uploaded ever again on its platform. As per the court's order, the compliance of the same shall be done within 2 weeks from April 8th. So they are giving them 2 weeks to remove every single video in relation to that off of the platform where it's been uploaded and commented upon millions of times. Court also issued notice to Pewdiepie in the suit. The matter will be heard next on July 15th. T-Series was represented by Amit Sybil with advocates. I don't want to try and speak your name because I don't know who the fuck you are. So they made claims against multiple people, not just Pewdiepie, but Boy in the Band, Rumi, and 2 others. I can't, probably Mr. Beast and someone else. Oh, you can actually see the page. Here's the court. This order is filed under seeking ad interim injunction in favor of the plaintiff and against defendants 1 to 3 from uploading, communicating, or making available the impugned songs named T-Series diss track, Congratulations, or any version thereof. The accompanying suit is filed seeking a decree of permanent injunction in favor of the plaintiff, aka the pussies named T-Series, and against defendants 1 to 3 from uploading, communicating, exploiting. Others connected reliefs are also sought. It is submitted in the accompanying Is plaint short for complaint? Or does this person who typed this up legally not know how to speak in English? It is submitted in the accompanying plaint that defendant number 1 operates a YouTube channel, namely Pewdiepie, and has for some time been the most subscribed on YouTube in the world. Of late, the popularity of the plaintiff, T-Series, has increased significantly in the world that the plaintiff recently overtook defendant number 1 as the most subscribed in the world for about 7 hours. Across all categories, it is pleaded that in a bid to outscore the plaintiff and regain his position, they're literally complaining about the top spot. This fucking goofy-ass corporation who started out by selling bootlegs is complaining. Jesus Christ. Has been uploading defamatory and disparaging music videos which target the plaintiff and Indians as a community and contains racist, inflammatory, and hateful remarks against them as well as T-Series in a bid to ridicule and disparage the plaintiff and its trademarks. You're doing it yourself. He doesn't need to do shit. You're ridiculing yourself. It is pleaded that the lyrics used in the 2 songs, impugned songs uploaded by defendant number 1 in conjunction with other defendants, number 2 and 3, Boy and Band and Rumi, are on the face of it defamatory, disparaging, insulting, offensive. These videos are accessible throughout the world to a global audience of more than 1 billion. No shit. We can do math. How many people have the internet? More than 1 billion. Defendants 4 and 6 have a platform, i.e. YouTube, where the said videos have been uploaded by defendants 1 to 3. Hence, they have been impleaded as a party. So it's probably maybe the first guy who helped him make the diss track and someone else. A proposal of a snapshot of the videos which have been uploaded by defendants, number 1 to 3, shows their repeated comments. Yeah, of course. Of course. You don't give him opportunity to respond or show evidence to the contrary. You just take their uploads. In my opinion, it would be in the interest of justice that they be taken off. It might actually be Sive and Brad as well. Vid communicated 7:10. Defendant apologized for posting, stating that it was all in good fun. He had also assured that he wasn't planning. However, senior counsel, blah, blah, blah. And also ensure that the said videos do not get uploaded ever again on the platform, youtube.com. Issue notice of defendants through ordinary process and speed post, returnable 7/15/2019. Plaintiff to comply with Order 39 Rule 3 CPC within 2 weeks from today. A copy of this order given Dasty under the signatures of Coffee Master. That was a retarded judge's ruling without allowing any kind of evidence to the contrary, without allowing PewDiePie to send in documentation. No. T-Series. Oh, T-Series. You just showed all of India and all of the world that you are some of the biggest pussies on the planet. You by far are worse than any company I can think of when it comes to being a pussy about criticism. So guys, from now on, don't criticize T-Series. They can't take their hurt feelings. Don't meme or make fun of them at all and tag them in it. No. Don't do that. Jesus Christ. It literally is a clown world. Not only do we have politics, yes, Boy in a Band, Rumi. I'm thinking probably Brad and Sive because I think they probably have it uploaded on their channel. Not only can they not take criticism, they're willing to go to court over what they call defamation. Oh, they don't understand the legal laws or what makes defamation. And this court and this judge is a fucking idiot because he just reinforced them not understanding what defamation is. And again, YouTube, you want to piss off the community worse than you pissed them off before with demonetization? Oh, take down those videos. Take down those videos and watch it happen. Let's take a quick glance before we end the stream and see if the videos are still up. What is it? Yep, still up. And still up. So, as of April 12th, they're still up. They do have 2 weeks from the 8th to take them down. We'll see if YouTube is stupid enough to show their hand and how insane a push they are giving companies like T-Series and the whole, hey, we're going to give you guys money, Legacy Media. We're going to give you guys a stipend to put your content on here. Bet you didn't realize that about YouTube. They're giving Legacy Media money to put their content on it. Yeah, you want to, if you're going to go at PewDiePie, you're going to have, let's say there's some doubles on there. Let's say you're going to have 60 to 70 million people not happy with you. You're going to have a shit ton of creators who have made lots of money covering PewDiePie and talking about PewDiePie. One, because he's not a fucking goofball like Tseries. They don't exactly. Okay, so Emerald Fox over on DLive points out these lawsuits just bring more views to his channel. They're stupid. They don't want any discovery. They don't want any discovery in the case because why? Because they'd be proven wrong. Because I don't think an exodus is coming, but I think it will be video after video. YouTube panders to mega corporation and pulls down both PewDiePie videos worldwide. YouTube hates independent creators. YouTube corporate shill. Susan Wojcicki retard. Anyone else related to this, idiots. Don't care about their platform. Don't care about the people that made them rich. It'll be massive beyond the level of monetization. Because you know what's funny? There's lots of people who are on this platform aren't monetized. Tons of them. Because of the change in monetization, there's people who aren't monetized. But they could still be subscribed to PewDiePie even if they're not monetized. And monetization doesn't affect them. So how about you pull your head out of your asses and you stop trying to control the internet? We see how that's going for New Zealand. I hope every single person in India who's a fan of PewDiePie and wants to listen to that song, because rumor has it it's already blocked in India. And if YouTube did block it in India, if you have a VPN, drop your VPN in India. And if you're in my Discord, please let me know if you can pull up Congratulations or Bitch Lasagna by PewDiePie while your VPN set to India. Because I'd be curious to see if it's blocked. Because if that's the case, YouTube's already starting this shit. So, please let me know. If you guys want to get a case or a battery charging pack for that phone you're watching this on, because, you know, phone batteries degrade and you need that backup, check out the link below. We are and have an affiliate link set up with Mophie. They are, and I can attest to this because I do own one, the #1 battery case / charging unit in the US. tinyurl.com/AGluck Mophie. There's a lot of sales going on over there, and it's a good way to support the channel if you need some stuff. Also, affiliate link down there as well for Target. So I know the ladies in the audience, every one of you have and will shop at Target at some point. Use the link. It shoots a little my way. Also, thank you for watching today, guys. No VPN servers for India with your provider. Damn. But anyone else, keep looking. If you're using ProXPN or anything like that, let me know. Please throw a like on the stream. Throw a dislike on it if you don't like me. I don't care. It's still engagement. I do appreciate it. Also, guys, make sure you go over and check out Count Cucula and Blues Dolls. We did not get Target Sucks. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guarantee you Maureen has shopped there more than she shops anywhere else. Thanks, John Boy, for the follow. On DLive.
Well, now you're banned.
Tonight, after Merch gets done with Nightwave, I think I'll do another late night stream over on DLive playing some ESO or some sort of game. Keep your eye on that. Also, right now, Frozen, please drop the ROTC link. If you have anyone else with a wrench, drop Count Cucula and Blues Doll as well. Count Cucula is getting super close. We want to make sure those who are really, really awesome creators in the community get some support and some love. I'm dropping Blues Doll right now. So check her out. She puts out some really great animated content. You're going to love yourself for checking this stuff out. Also, I love the Count, but hate Quarter Burger. Quarter Pounder? Yeah. Alrighty, guys. Thank you again for another great Afternoon Wave. Also, drop the link to ROTC, someone. Thanks again, guys. I will see you guys. Well, I'll see you on nighttime gaming streams this weekend. Other than that, Afternoon Wave will return on Monday. Thanks again for hanging out, guys. And to everyone who donated on the D Live side, you are awesome and appreciated.
Imagine a planet of little TJ lasers, all highly skilled in weapons and biotic tactics, with me as absolute ruler. If you don't want to be a part of this incredible vision.
I'm TJ Laser, expert with lasers and phasers. Death to the alien scourge.
Where are we?
Lasers and phasers.